fact that Jack and I commonly say that news doesn't matter. Like this is just it's just an excuse. Isn't that right, Jack?
That is right, my good friend. News. You got to tune out the nonsense and the noise.
Yep, exactly.
So I guess before we get too far down the rabbit hole, all trading involves a substantial risk of loss. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. I make predictions. Jack and I both make trades. They may or may not work out. Be careful. Um, this presentation is intended to be informational, educational, fun, entertaining. Hopefully, you're entertained. It's not a recommendation to be buying or selling any financial instrument at all. Despite Jack and I saying that you should do something, it's not really a recommendation. We don't know your financial situation. Please be careful when there's substantial risk of loss anytime you put your money in risk in the market with any kind of trade, whether it's stocks, options, bonds, forex, futures, cryptos, treasuries. You could lose money, and you should be careful. Jack and I have ways that we consistently make money, but that doesn't mean you can do it yourself right off the bat. You may have to have practice, patience, discipline, personal accountability to be able to execute. We believe that anybody can do it. It's just a matter of how much effort you have to put into it. All right. There's no get rich quick. There's people that can tell you what to do, but we highly recommend you just take a vested interest in your own financial well being. Jack,
That's
you have
the way
anything
it
to
is.
add to any of that?
And always be careful. The reason I'm 2 minutes late today is because I pulled a real Homer Simpson and got to pick the wrong expiration on an option I sold. And that happens when you're new to a platform. And I was trying this out on the Robinhood Legend, which I really like it, but you know,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
new
got some
to that.
nuance to it. It's got some nuance.
It's got some nuance to it. So instead of selling a January 20th expiration or the week after the 16th, I'm losing my dates. I sold the February and trying to get that fixed before I got on here today. So always, always, always double check your expiration. Even if you've done it a billion times, you could still screw it
Yeah.
up.
Usually complacency is where you get the problem. When you've done it a billion times is usually when you start making the bonehead stuff.
Yeah. 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 Measure twice, cut once. Yeah. Yeah. So that's it, doing it 40 years, I still can make a mistake. So that's today's caveat.
I usually cut like six times and it's still too short. I don't know.
I don't even know how to measure. I get that thing wrong all the time anyway. So measuring twice, cutting once, that doesn't work for me. It's just I call Fernando and say, buddy, I need this long, and he does it perfect.
You measure 34 times, cuts eight times, and it's still too dang
Does.
short. Doesn't fit in
It
the
does.
hole.
Yeah. Guy's amazing, man. He's amazing.
Anyway, just joking, everybody. I do a lot of woodworking and stuff like that. So
Oh yeah, what do you like to make? Bowls, right?
yeah, I make some bowls. I made all sorts of stuff. My wife has a lot of fingernail polish. I built her a big shelf. It's in the bathroom that so she
Cool.
can display all 9,000 of them or whatever. It's
Wow.
like, and yeah, I just this, that, and the other. I don't know. Mess around, you know,
Yeah.
fix a cabinet drawer or whatever.
Yeah. Cool
So
hobbies to have.
yeah, I own a sawmill, so it's like
You own a sawmill and a lathe?
yeah,
Or
sawmill
just
and a lathe. I was having
wow.
trouble getting wood to turn on the lathe. So what do? You go buy a sawmill so you can cut your own wood.
So is this one of those portable sawmills?
Yeah,
Put
it's
in a
got a little
barn or
trailer.
something?
It's got a little trailer
Cool.
thing. I actually keep it in a container, like a shipping container out in my field.
Cool.
So
Yeah. That sounds like a lot of fun. A lot of trouble we could get into with a sawmill, man.
yeah, maybe you have to come visit me sometime.
Sawmill. Wow.
I get in
Just
all
when I
sorts of
think I've heard it all from you, man, here we go.
I get in all sorts of
Sawmill.
stuff. Yeah, putting that I put it together. It came in two big crates laying in the driveway. I had to put it all together, and
Nice.
I was sitting there tuning it up, and they had this little tool that you snap on the blade, and I snapped it on the blade, then I snapped it back off the blade, then I went to snap it back on the blade, and I promptly punched the saw blade and put a sawtooth right into my knuckle.
Oof.
That sucker still hadn't worked properly a year later.
Wow. You got to wear gloves, man, with that.
Yeah, well, gloves. My dad's always telling me to wear gloves. I got scars all over my hands.
Yeah, you got to always wear gloves. Always wear gloves.
Yeah. Anyway, that's what I do in my free time, all that free time I got.
Yeah.
So
Look at this thing, man. When is thing gonna get off the dime?
that's it right there, Jack. That was what I was waiting for. This
Yeah.
is when I put the fib lines back on here. Look at the magic sauce right here. Look at where we hit. Right there, right on the money.
So the TSLL, the T Sizzle, I sold the 1750 puts. I want to get it.
That's you know, that might be it. That might be today might be the lowest
Would
it
I miss
goes.
it? How bad would that be if I missed it by 22 cents?
Maybe it bottomed a day early. You could have
Yeah.
gotten put if it was doing this tomorrow.
I think I'm just going to go long more of it.
That's looking spicy right here.
Hmm. I like
Eh,
it.
I've got 19s, I've got 20s, I got 2050s. I probably haven't even have 21s sold on this baby. And then I have like 5,000 shares for me, probably another 10 or 15 or 20,000 from from my parents. Like, I've got a big
Yeah.
chunk of this. Got a big chunk of this.
Yeah, no,
And
for everybody typing in the chat, I'm not going to miss this thing by 23 cents. I'm still going to go long the stock, but I'm saying that I sold the 1750 put and I'd like to get the stock and I'd hate to miss it by that close. But I'm going to go ahead and go long more of it too, just so you guys know. I got the 1750 puts out there. I think I even have some 1850 puts. I know I'm going to get that. Knock on wood. I got the
see there.
1850 puts sold. I got the 1750 puts sold. I got the 21 calls sold and maybe some 23 calls sold.
Yeah, there's my little chunk right there.
Yeah.
Got 320s and one 1950. I've been rolling those since September, so
I want this thing to move big and hard, but on the other hand, I don't because I don't have anything that's going to replace it once it does. The bloom will be off the rose and our
uh,
trades will be gone.
yeah, that's kind of like the blessing and the curse, right? Like the blessing, if we've been trading it forever, waiting for it to move, and it finally moves and keeps the beta high. But the
Yeah.
curse is, what are we trading in? Like
Yeah.
we've been
Yeah.
we've been trading the crap out of this thing for, all
Ever.
of September, all of October, all of November, all of December. Here we are in partway through January, almost for 5 months. We've been trading this thing while it goes nowhere, making tons of money, and then
Tons.
for those that don't know, these four contracts right here have made $8 a share in premium right there, while
Yeah.
this thing just churned around sideways.
Now the
It's-
difference here, you guys, guys and girls, is that he's made a fortune on this thing and never touched a share. While I've made a pretty good chunk and I've had it put to me and then sold it and had it called away from me and then bought it lower. I've had a lot of assignments and he hasn't, but either way, it's been a gold mine.
So for those that don't know, we're talking about selling puts. Jack's got 1750s sold for this Friday. You can still do it right now and you actually that's a killing right there.
Killing.
26 cents for one day on 1,750 bucks.
It looks so mispriced to me at that. Why would it even have that? Yeah. That's
And that's just, I mean, it was down there today though, so I mean it's not that crazy. I mean, we did spike down to 17 earlier today. The volatility is still, I mean, the beta is still 3.34 on this baby, which
yeah.
beta is volatility compared to the
Yes.
S&P 500.
Yes, that's 3.3 times more volatile, which is where we're going to get our bang for our buck. So I'll take the profit there at 28, but then maybe that'll be it, huh?
Well,
How's that rocket ship go?
the rocket ship pattern has the potential to
50?
outperform all my other targets. Yeah, 50.
Woo-hoo-hoo. That'd be the biggest hit I've had in years. Rocket Lab, I did 300% on 330% on that, but this would be an even bigger hit.
Wouldn't that be awesome? I
That
mean,
would
that's the
be
potential. Now, I give it like a maybe less than 10% chance of working, but there's that chance. So you can't, you get You get 0% of ones you never try.
That's right.
So
You get 0% of the ones you never try. That is for sure. And hey, you know, if Bitcoin can go up, anything can go up. Bitcoin's the greater fool theory, right?
yeah, I got a new one for you, Jack. You're not gonna like this, but I got a brand new one I put on yesterday. I already know you're not gonna like it.
Oh, dude.
This is it
You're
though.
right about that.
So this is I got another pattern right here.
Yeah.
Now this could dip on down to 19, but I went ahead and jumped on the 2050 out for 1 week out to next Friday right there because this has that beautiful pattern right into that. I actually had an alert at 21 that fired off yesterday. We have potential to bounce at any point here. This upside, again, same kind of deal. It's not the rocket ship pattern, but it has a nice potential to come up here in the 50 to 60 area. I'm not going too crazy on this one. 54 is actually my ideal kind of target here.
Did this come up on a scan?
I've kind of been watching this one for a few weeks, and just right in that 54 area is where I'm expecting this to pop up to. But that could take the rest of the year for that to get there, maybe even in the next year. So this could be a good long run right there.
You know, have you ever looked at I think it's HPE, the enterprise version?
Yeah, I mean this one,
It really
another
keep
one.
hasn't been moving though.
Yeah, it's
Has
just
it?
got a drift to it, just a real
Yeah.
slow drift. Not really. I mean,
Yeah.
now look at the beta though, 1.84 on this thing.
It's strange. I had a long talk with a guy at Hewlett Packard that was just shaking his head no on the enterprise side. And you'd think it'd be ripping, but it isn't. So it's
Yeah,
higher on the E.
it's slightly higher on the on the E than it is on the Q, but the Q paying a pretty darn good amount on
Dividend.
the.
Dividend, man. Woo.
See, I jumped on this right there, this
That.
2050. Yesterday I got 22 cents for this 2050 right here for 8 days. It was 9 days yesterday. Maybe I never get put, but I'm gonna chase it a little bit, especially while the beta's sitting there nice and
Well,
that dividend, nice fat dividend.
you get that one all to yourself.
Yeah, I
'Cause that's
figured I would.
going the wrong way for me.
But this is one of those opportunities where I just can't pass it up. Like if the upside opportunity, I'm only doing it with 2 contracts and this is in the 50K challenge account actually. So this is not like I'm gambling here. I'm actually putting it in this account and going to try to see if I can catch a piece. So in case anybody hadn't seen this, here's my 50K challenge. The goal is to generate $50,000 a month on this. Right now I'm sitting at $14,000 a month.
That's
All right.
impressive, man.
And
14,000 a month off of how much capital?
it's only about 100,000, $120,000 now. I
Yeah.
put like 75,000 in back last April.
I saw,
Maybe 80 when a little bit extra. I've put in a couple, over the last couple months, and then I've taken some out, so it's right around 75 or $80,000.
that's awesome. I saw a similar plan where a guy wanted 15,000 a month using a $250,000 account. And I thought that was pretty cool. But when I see what you're doing, it just amazes me. And for those who haven't seen the curve, show them that equity curve. Look at
Yeah,
that.
there's
This is all audited. I mean, that's just as beautiful can get.
every trade verified. Um, People are like, "Where's the drawdowns? How come this doesn't look like normal profit and loss curves where you see this kind of junk?" The drawdowns are in here. There's not many. I don't take losses. I don't like to take losses. I don't take losses, and I just try to book profit every day. That's the goal. Book some profit every day. You can see trades on the 6th, trades on the 5th, trades on the, all the trades are here. You have to make an account on KInfo if you want to see it. I'm almost 3 months. I guess it'll be the end of this month. If I don't take a loss it'll be 3 months in a row I haven't taken a loss.
Wow. Knock on wood, brother.
Yeah. So I don't like to take a loss. And I go after this stuff, trade Nike, got put the shares, did calls, got called out. I go after stuff. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
and Jack doesn't always agree with the stuff I'm going after, but I'm like a
That goes.
blind hog out here getting my nuts.
That's yes, you are getting your nuts. And I'm playing ASTS,
There's no
Fly.
service. There's
Yeah.
no service to this. This is just my personal challenge, and I'm showing it
Yeah.
off to the
This
public.
is just what we do publicly. Yeah. I see a question. Spider Monkey asked me, how do you set an anchored VWAP on Legend? I have no idea. I just screwed up my very first Legend options trade, so I'm way behind on that platform, Spider Monkey. But I like it. One thing I don't like about that, I got to tell you, this really pissed me off. Yesterday, I tried to close out a position, and the minimum is 5 cents,
Oh
even
yeah,
though.
I hate that. Like it drives me
But
crazy.
here's the thing about it. This is why it's more expensive now than Schwab, because that's a $5 minimum
But
trade.
it's not every trade. It's just there's just a few things it does that on.
Really? You can buy
Yeah,
some back at a penny?
I buy
It wouldn't
stuff back
even
up at a penny all the time.
it wouldn't let me
Um,
do it.
but there it depends on the stock. Like Fly would not let me close for
Yeah,
a penny.
that's
So
the one I'm trying to close out.
yeah, that's the one I had to ride into the dirt. I had to ride that one out to zero because I would not pay $5 to close that.
Me neither. I'm gonna wait till Monday. I'm not doing that either. I'm gonna write them a little email, see if they can get that changed for me. That is just
And I see like DJT, I got 3 cents on that one. Um, some more down in here I'll find that are a penny. That one I wrote out. This one wrote out. DLTR wrote out. CRCA wrote that one out too. This one should be closed for a penny. So you can get a penny. Like iBit closes for a penny all the time.
okay.
TSLL I close for a penny all the time. Yeah, like these TSLL calls right here, close out for a penny. So it's just the less liquid stuff. Like that was what I was complaining about on Fly, and Tasty Trade does that to me on Fly too. They won't let me trade. They for whatever reason it's 5 cent increments. I don't know what it is. So
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah,
stupid
I'll
to
let
me.
you know the outcome on that me seeing if they can get me down on everything. I don't want those different kind of games. Just if it's let me get it where I can get it. I'll tell you on the funniest side though, like I've been with Schwab since Charles was in high school and just forever. And I've never got an IPO there in my life, and I've tried, and I've never got any money from the stock lending program in 30 something years with Schwab. I got an IPO from Robinhood right out of the gate, midline, and I got 2 cents lending out my Fermi shares in the stock lending program.
Hey, that's a start right there, baby. I
It
mean,
just goes to show you, like, it's like Schwab. I mean, Robinhood is just really more on top of it, already paying you out on the stock lending program, and you can look up what's hard to borrow. And yeah, it's pretty cool. The best platform, I don't know, Christina. I don't like any of them yet. I use Thinkorswim. I use just a straight up old fashioned Schwab, and I use J.P. Morgan. That's terrible, and I use Robinhood, and that's so far it's been okay. There's no one best, I guess. How many bells and whistles do you want ringing at you at the same time? Like Tastyworks is too much for me. Thinkorswim is almost too much, but you gotta take it personally. Whatever platform you like to look at.
I'm all over the place. I use Tasty a lot. I use, E-Trade's the platform I grew up learning options on because that was Trade Monster back, I don't know, it's going to be like 15, 20 years ago. It was Trade Monster, then Option House like merged or bought or whatever Trade Monster, then E-Trade bought out Option House, then Morgan Stanley bought out E-Trade. So I have the most dollars in money at E-Trade through all that acquisition stuff, but I don't place the most trades there. I probably do the most trades at Tasty Trade. I probably push the most volume at Robinhood because there's no commissions. So when I'm pushing big trades, I push them at Robinhood. Then I have other
Options.
I put yeah options, big options trades. I push I've got a little account at Webull that I mostly do dividends and stuff in there. I've got a account at Interactive Brokers just so I can look at the platform and see what people need. I've got an account at Thinkorswim that's a small account. I'm all over the place. I got forex.com and crypto.com and Coinbase. And I mean, I probably have 20 different brokerages. I got Alpaca so I can do algorithmic stuff. I've got, um, there's no best. It's
Yeah.
everybody's got a different advantages, disadvantages, pros, cons.
How about interactive brokers? There's a fascinating story out about that guy. It just came out. You know, he was dragging a bathtub through the rubble of Hungary or something like that when he was a little kid. Now he's one of the 28th richest man in the world. How do you like that platform?
I have trouble operating it. Personally, it just doesn't make logical sense to me. Like some of the one, like Tasty Trade to me, it takes all the things I used to use on E-Trade and just simplifies it just a little bit. Tom Sosnoff built Thinkorswim and then sold it out to TD Ameritrade or whatever. And then when his NDA was up, he built Tasty Trade and fixed kind of the stuff. Now, you know, you can argue one way or another, but to me, Tasty Trade just kind of makes sense. Like the data I need is right there. I can look at the chain really quickly. Most of the time I spend on Tasty Trade, I'm on this platform, this screen right here, doing what I need to do. It's just
Hmm.
right on the option chain. It's, no nonsense, just the option chain, no extra crap to distract you. And I usually just take care of my business right here on the option chain. And
Yeah.
people are like, do you need to look at charts and stuff like that? And most of the time I don't. In
Well,
fact,
that's
I can kind of see the chart just looking at these numbers right here. Crazy
yeah.
enough.
Well, that's the thing is I use a handful of things. I use Trading View,
Yeah, I use
you know, to
TradingView
do
for my most of my charts
work.
here.
Yeah, and then once you've made your decision using Trading View, that's kind of where the decision comes. Then I go in to pop the trade off at whatever platform. But I don't really use the platform to analyze or anchor a VWAP or any of that. Just to put the trade in. That's it. Just to trade on it.
Yeah, and I actually use this for most of my trading alerts too. Like I got 99 alerts pending. You look at how many alerts I have active. This is my list of active alerts. A lot of these are algorithmic alerts. Some of them are price alerts, but I have literally hundreds of alerts in here. And you can see I've got all my alerts. I've got 735 active alerts.
Damn, that would drive me nuts, dude. Do they make
And
noises or just pop up on your screen?
well, I've got some of them are set to make noises. I have a lot of my computers muted, but I have it. They go to my phone, they go to my email, they go to my Discord where they actually trigger off some of my algorithms that put out alerts for members. All this runs through my trading view. And
That
so
that 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 sounds like no time for fishing or shenanigans or tomfoolery.
yeah, you wonder what I do all day is I sit here and build cool stuff for traders
Yeah. No Huck Finn stuff for you, huh? No Tom
and
Sawyer afternoons.
hey, but this is what I love doing. This is
Yeah.
this is what
Yeah.
I'm doing the thing I love to do. It's not
Yes.
like trading is boring to me. I freaking love it. I've been doing it since I was
I
like
know.
8 years
You do
old.
love it.
So,
That's why you're the
um,
professor, Greg says. The professor doctor or doctor professor. We haven't figured out which word comes first.
the doctor of professors. Uh, but there you go. I've got hundreds of alerts. I'm not even using the full capacity here. People are
Oh,
like, "Why don't you upgrade to a
oh,
higher version?" I'm not even using the full
I don't want
capacity.
any
So.
more alerts. I only want an alert if something happens to my grandkids. That's it. I don't want any stock alerts.
And I've got all sorts of custom sounds programmed into my phone. When I hear the cash register, I know I made a trade at
I like
Robinhood,
that. I like that. Yeah. Yeah.
and so I got sounds and stuff that I've got my default sounds like a bottle cap opening, like a flipping a bottle cap onto the floor. And
Nice.
I've gotten so used to that sound, I just completely like I don't even hear it. And my wife will be like, "Why is your phone making so much noise?" And I keep it on mute most of the time.
Now,
And
would you just have a complete meltdown if you were in an area with no cell service, fly fishing in the mountains?
it just depends on how much risk I got on. If I set everything where I knew I was going to be off the grid for a little bit, no big deal. But that's one reason
Wow.
why I'm not big on traveling. This trip coming down to Florida next month has got me a little bit of anxiety about how I'm going to take care of
Oh,
everything.
no, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. You can always just go to Cash for a couple days. But
Cash.
I,
I ain't going to cash. Are you
I
kidding me?
know, I know. No, the thing is, for me, if I don't get away from the phone or get outside of cell coverage, I go crazy being inside it because my phone never stops ringing and I can't even answer all the email I get. And, you know, it's just, I don't like being bombarded like that. I like to put on the trades like we're doing here now and then just go out, whether
Yeah,
that's Colorado or Florida. I don't know. I just have a more casual approach to it. Whereas I was in a windowless office for years doing day trades all day long. So I don't know. I appreciate your passion for it, and that is why you're the professor. But
I'm not. I have a window right here. I mean, it's like I'm.
yeah,
I got a big door right behind the camera, and I got. So I'm not. I don't keep myself in the dark. I
okay,
have a nice
good,
windowed office, right down here on the right by the creek, by the river, and uh,
cool. You got any
eh,
cats running around in there?
cats. No, we don't have cats.
No.
This is
Okay,
my office. This is a professional office here.
I'm waiting
Cat-
for a cat to jump up on the desk.
I do have beehives out here on the porch, right behind the camera here, but yeah,
Great.
it's somebody commented. I bet he doesn't know fishing knots. I'm an Eagle Scout. I know
Yes,
more
he
knots
does.
than I probably know more knots than most average
Me,
bears, and I can tie
probably
them
me.
behind my back with my eyes closed in pretty fast
I,
time too.
I
So
bet you can. I bet you can.
that's
Yeah,
yeah. Be careful betting against me.
that's for sure. Hey, Goog just hit up on my elite scan income elite scanner just this very moment.
See what we got. Yeah. Well, 337 is what I keep
Whoa.
talking about. That 337s. That's the
This scanner's pretty sweet. So it popped up CMA, CSTM, Goog, HTHT.
Yeah, I've been looking for that 337 on Google.
Wow, that's a good little popper right there. Had to call on that. Little baby call.
Yeah, I got a little concerned about. Um, I just want to kind of touch on this really quickly before we get too far down the rabbit hole. I want to maybe give out a trade for people that possibly could work out. So this right here, we're coming into that Supreme Court decision tomorrow. This is a downtrend. That was a failed break out of the downtrend yesterday with a confirmation candle today. Now, I'm not going to say that I have the best way to play this. I poked around about a dozen different trades and came up with something that I wanted to do. And I'm going to show it off here. Right here, SQQQ. This is a ultra short. This goes up
Ooh.
3x.
Oh, you're going against all your rules.
Eh, This is not a big trade. I'm putting
Yeah,
500
I'm
bucks
just
at it.
saying. I'm just saying. You told me you were never going back to 3x, and I just want to make sure you didn't have
I'll
too much
play it.
shine this
I'll,
morning
I'll
for
play it when I got
breakfast.
some conviction, baby.
Ooh,
This
man.
re this rejection right here
Mm.
has me convinced that
Breaking his rules. He's breaking his own rules. We better write this trade down. Breaking his rules.
and see
All right,
this
what is it? What
this
is it?
also shows up on my gamma exposure chart right here.
Uh-oh.
This is QQQ. This is big options plays. They're piled up down here at 610 for tomorrow's expiration.
All right. What is the trade? I'm writing it down. What's the date today, folks?
So here's the
One.
potential. Down here is the
Ooh.
potential. So what I did, this is kind of taking a play out of your Tesla book here, Jack. I
Okay.
did a debit spread at the money on SQQQ.
All right.
I bought, I went out the next week, next Friday, to give myself some time. I bought that 66 and sold the 67. Debit spread cost me like, it's still the same price, 45 cents.
Wow. That's $45. That's a beautifully low price trade. And then how much you going to add to that when you're trying to get out?
I'm just shooting for 50%.
That's
You
cool.
you you kind of taught me that on the Tesla trade. 50%. I mean, I'm not going anything crazy. This is not like a earth-shattering huge drop, really. But if that thing just pops a little bit, just pops down a little bit on QQQ, this thing's gonna pop with 3x leverage. And I can collect 50% pretty quick. So I put 10 of these contracts on. You can see it right there, 10 and 10. So I got basically 450 bucks at risk to potentially make, 225. It's not
Now,
bad.
you got to tell the good folks at home with being this a triple, uh, if QQQ goes up, this thing's going to go down dramatically, being
Yeah. Now,
leveraged.
if QQQ pops, if this, this pops right here, if this goes up like 5%, that SQQQ, get the Q's right. SQQQ can drop 15% just like that.
Mm-hmm.
And this is already beat down here. So, but if QQQ takes a 5% drop, this would pop 15%.
What's the beta on this little hottie?
Let's pop that back up and look at it. The beta is pretty much insane. 3.7.
Now, what drew you to doing a triple leverage when you swore them off?
Now, I don't not do triple leverage ever. I just, I'm very cautious when I do them. I only use them for the best of the best kind of. This kind of opportunity doesn't come around very often. It seems like the option market's kind of whispering that we're going to get a pullback. We failed to break out yesterday. Every time we fail to break out, we've gotten a nice little swift pullback here. And I just have this kind of feeling like we're going to take a little bit bigger swing down. You and I have been talking about it coming into this year.
Mm-hmm.
The excuse tomorrow with the tariff thing, it just seems too good. I just want to take a little shot. Now,
Yeah, I like that. That's what a trader's mindset right there. And you hit it. Is we'll have a rug pull, and they'll blame any reason they want on it. But I think it's coming. It's just what are they going to blame it on? Why would the market take a quick sharp drop? We don't know, but I think it's coming up, and they'll blame it on anything.
yeah, I mean, the the tariff thing seems too good. Like even if we keep the tariffs, oh my gosh, like tariffs caused the market to drop last year. Oh my gosh, tariffs are still good. Like they're still going to be, Trump can put more tariffs on, pull back. Oh my gosh, we're going to have to pay back the tariffs. We drop. It just seems like it's too perfect either way.
What's happening with the Supreme Court?
So they have a ruling tomorrow whether Trump gets to keep the tariffs. Whether,
So what if he
does,
doesn't? Then what happens?
then we have to pay him back.
Pay. Oh wow, they ain't paying nobody back. If he doesn't get to keep them, I'll tell you that right now. You could look at poly markets or whatever you want. I could guarantee you, go to Jack Carter Trading. I'll take all the bets you want to take that he ain't paying nobody back. He ain't never paid anybody back. He'll just quit taking the tariff, but he's not paying them back. And he doesn't care about a Supreme Court ruling. Yeah, no,
Uh,
I want to get in on that. What's the trade at Poly Market? Does he have to pay him back?
There you go. Will the court force Trump to refund tariffs?
But that
33%.
doesn't mean he'll pay him back. There should be
Hey,
another bet on that because this thing just screwed those Venezuelan dudes out.
yep.
Anybody that bet on the Venezuelan invasion, they didn't get paid because they said Polymarket said that was not an invasion.
Yeah.
It was an
I mean,
extraction.
so there you go. I mean, it's like, so there's two different ones here. It's like Supreme Court rules in favor of Trump's tariffs. Right now, that's 75% no, 77 cents for no. And then will the court force Trump to refund the tariffs? And there's like a 33% chance that he's going to be forced to refund it.
No way. He won't do it even if he does have to force to do it.
So
He
you could
likes
vote
to do
no
his
on
own
both.
thing, you know. He doesn't need Congress or Supreme Courts. They just get in his way. If he had to wait for all them, he would have never got Maduro out of there.
I mean, he just does whatever he wants to. I mean, that's kind of been the
Understand?
thing. Like Biden did whatever he wanted to do, or the people in Biden's White House did whatever they wanted to do. Um,
Yeah.
nobody plays by the rules anymore. So
No, he's going to turn Cuba into the new Trump playground golf destination.
yeah, Trump, Trump manner.
Trump Cuba. Yeah. Going to have his own state here before it's all over.
The state formerly known as Cuba, now
Yeah.
known as Trump.
Now it's Trump Mar-a-Lago South. Yeah.
Anyway, so there you go, everybody. Like that's, I feel like this is just the excuse that can let the market drop. And when I look at how the options are positioned, this is not my tool. This is bullflow.io. It's a heat map. We're kind of pinned right here at the 620, but looking out to tomorrow, we've got a big level. The only real big level tomorrow is down here at 610. So the market's kind of almost banking on a visit of 610 tomorrow
Mm.
down here. That's a pretty sizable drop. That's 10 points on QQQ, which, you take that to NASDAQ, multiply by 41. That's 400 points down on NASDAQ, basically. So potential sitting out there.
Yep. Yep. It'll be interesting to see what they say the reason is why the market comes down, but it wants to take a breather.
Yeah, there's for anybody that wanted the trade, here you go. Right here. Take a screenshot. It's just buy a 66, sell a 67, 45-cent cost. And you can do one. That's 45 bucks. Of course, that's like buying a $45 lottery ticket that only, would only pay 20 bucks. So I'm not looking for home runs. I'm not looking for like a market crash. This is not like a crash protection type thing. This is just I'm going to try to profit off a little bit of chaos in the market tomorrow.
We need to
And I'm
reset.
and I'm playing out for a week. So it's not like I'm only playing tomorrow and it's only good till tomorrow. This probably have some value to salvage next week if we don't have chaos. So there you go.
Who says I'm not going to be fishing in Jacksonville? Old Broken Leg will definitely be out there on the beach. Let me tell you that.
Nothing else to be out there sitting by the road in the ditch, putting his rod in
In a little puddle. Oh,
fishing in the drainage ditch by the road.
oh man.
Uh, you just need to make it out of the beach and you're set, right? I mean,
I'm good. I'm good. I'm
you
good.
can
Yeah,
prop that
no,
leg up on some sand and
I'm good. I can get around.
anyway. So that was my play. Is there going to be chaos? I don't know. Does this chart look like there's going to be a big pop? Not really, but we'll see. Yeah, just a 1% move could be 3% on this baby. 1% down, 3% pop on that one gets you up to 69. That's enough
Yeah.
to pay me. That's enough to pay me. So I'm just looking for a little bit of something.
Little
So
move.
yeah, just a little something. Doesn't even take much. So
Yeah.
any further questions on that one?
The trades you just post them in on here. Nova asks.
I don't have I guess I could type it out real quick. It's SQQQ long 66 call for Jan 16 26 short 67 call. Oh, put my fingers on the right keys again. Jan 16 26 cost 0.45 close at 0.70. That's the trade. Not sure why anybody needs it written out, but there you go.
So once you buy it on a debit, and when you go to sell it, you put it for sale good till cancel as a credit. So you would just add whatever percentage profit you wanted to your debit, and that's your good till cancel on your credit limit.
Yeah, I got my GTC order right there set up. You just reverse it. You sell to close the 66. You buy to close the 67. I've got an order in for 70 cents right there.
Credit. Yep.
It's a credit trade, CR. There's the debit. I actually got 46 cents is what I actually filled out.
A debit going in at 46 and a credit coming out at whatever you want, 46
Yeah.
plus.
Yeah, I'm basically going for about 50% plus $1 for commission. So
That's a big hit, man. That's way over. That's a little richer than your 40% goal. I like that trade, but I'm not taking it. But I like the metrics.
yeah, I mean, it's just one of those like if it works, I made a nice little chunk. If it doesn't work, it wasn't a huge amount of money I put at risk.
Yeah.
So, and I've got some time to close it out if it just doesn't move at all. So,
Yeah, I'm doing the same kind of thing with Fermi.
let's
You
see,
know,
type
it's
the
one of my failed IPOs.
FRMI. Yeah, we've talked about this one.
Yeah.
I'm still not convinced we made the bottom yet.
I'll tell you what though, I sold a $5 strike price put.
Well,
For
that's a
Feb- I can't even
that,
believe there's a market for those.
hey, I mean, I've even still got the website up for this thing, like their
Yeah.
vision. I guess I don't know. We'll see what actually happens here, but this thing's wild. I mean, look at this. They're planning on having 11 gigawatts of power and 5,200 acres of shovel-ready mega campus.
Meaning dirt. Yeah.
Trying to have 1 gigawatt of power online before the end of this year.
Good luck with that. The
So,
story and it's a very pretty website, but I don't know if much is going on.
then why are you buying into it then? What the
Well,
heck? Now
the,
you gotta explain yourself.
yeah, no, I got to explain myself. Okay, myself on this is just 100,000% pure speculation. I
Yep.
think the story is too good to be true. This thing's either going to go 100% bust, or I'll get at least 200 or 300% out of it. But I can't imagine this thing going as low as it is now. I'm long the stock. I'm short the $7.50 puts that expire on the 16th of this month. And then now I'm short the $5 puts because I just think there'll be some kind of news that'll turn this thing around. And the news may be that they didn't even lose the original tenant, but the drama behind it is very interesting. The stock, I think, is poised for a massive pop higher, and I'll be in on that. And if it comes down lower, I'll just be buying it.
Yeah. I mean, you're giving me a hard time about going after a few things that don't have an uptrend, but this, I don't see any uptrend there at all, Jack,
No, this is right. This is way outside of my wheelhouse. Well, this is part of my failed IPO strategy, my FIPOs, right? I got Fermi,
Yep.
Fly. What else did we have? Circle. Yeah, I
Now,
still got
Fly,
all these.
Fly looks like it made a bottom. That's,
Fly, man, I'm telling you, Fly. I got the 23 put sold all day.
yeah, I have the 2050 sold for next Friday, and I'm just kind of sitting on it. I
Now look
expect
at
it
this
to pop
Fly.
up to 37.
Yeah, Fly gets up to 33 and it's gone because that's where it
Yeah.
was when it got too heavy.
Yeah, it rejected that today. Look at that. Like, we need to get back up in there.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
This is good stuff.
definitely got a wall right there that's probably gonna take a couple days to get through.
This is kind of the most uh, exciting, I think, field going on in 2026. All this space stuff, and some of it'll come around, and some of it's going to straight up die. So we'll see how it goes. But with regard to me playing outside of my wheelhouse, which is uptrends, I'm only applying that to some failed IPOs, or I guess market failures of the IPO. Fly was a much higher priced IPO. It had traded way higher. It's got down to that point that you say sufficiently bums everybody out.
Yeah.
What was the high on this thing?
Yeah,
Like,
look at
look
that.
at
Like
this. It's just like
IPO day high was
stupid.
75.
Okay, so now, yeah, so now 20 something.
We're a third of that.
I know. So everybody's sufficiently bummed out. Now, all it's going to take is one little, not even earnings. It's just going to take a press release, and we're back at 50. That's my thinking on this thing. I love these failed IPOs because the worst that can happen is kind of out, right?
Yeah.
I like that. So we had that with Circle, Fly, Fig, Fermi, a whole list of IPOs that just were horrible for the investor, and they can't disappoint you anymore. Now look at this one, right? See, it bottomed out right kind of where it started, and
The only thing I don't like about this is the fact that it kind of hit a wall and we're just arcing back down. And it may make one more attempt at a lower low here
mhm,
before we can confirm a bottom.
I'm cool with that too.
So that's what I kind of see here happening is we definitely hit the wall and started making lower highs.
Yeah,
But
this could be a tough future for this company now.
yesterday, Tether announcing they're going to roll out a new product that lets you settle transactions in gold instead of in US dollars.
Mm.
So they're gonna roll out a new stable coin tied to gold.
So
Uh,
what are they going to buy? Actual gold or GLD?
Now they're gonna buy actual physical gold and keep it in a vault. And so that
Wow.
should be interesting. Should be interesting there.
Yeah, some of this stuff is going to shift back. I think this is like what they call DeFi, but I think the traditional finance is going to have its say with it too. I know Visa and JP Morgan Chase, they're definitely going to be running the deal too. Uh,
Uh,
JP Morgan's already doing blockchain stuff. I got a call from my guy there, and they really want to do some kind of tokenization, gold dollar too. Visa's totally going to get in on it. They're not going to give up the business to the blockchain, man.
well, JP Morgan
Right.
just did 100 and they did a settlement of I think it was bonds. They tokenized bonds, like $150 billion of bonds, and tokenized them and put those on I think it was Circle.
Cool.
So
I'm long
that,
this stock just so everybody knows. Look at that tariff sell-off though, man.
yeah.
It's just like
For what? They don't produce
that's what
anything
I
that
mean.
would have a tariff.
There was no reason for this. This is why I say what if they're really like that was a panic like we talked about with COVID, everybody's going to die so the market has to sell. And here, everything's going to go down and the economy's going to be terrible and that. But what happens if it's a real deal? What happens if there's a real reason to panic? You look at that market sell off like that with no reason to panic. What about when there is a reason to panic? It'll really come off.
Yeah, I mean that's and another one of these little panics could get started tomorrow. Like,
Yeah.
oh my
245.
gosh, we have to pay back the tariffs. Oh
How are we going to do that? Well, we'll write them an IOU.
no! Whether Trump actually pays them back or not, the news tomorrow may be that he has to do it, and then he says, then he comes out next week. He says, "I'm not doing it. Screw y'all." I mean,
Yeah. How would you make them do it? Like, how would the Supreme Court actually make them do it?
I don't know. I'm not a, I'm
Put
not a
him in
lawyer.
jail if he doesn't.
I'm not a lawyer, so. And Supreme Court
Wait a
doesn't
minute.
put
Wait, whoa, whoa,
doesn't.
whoa, whoa. You don't have your law degree?
No, I don't have a law. I've never been to law school, so
Oh
that's.
my God. I can't believe it. Well, there's your new hobby for 2026. You're going to have to pass the bar.
I might be able to pass a bar. I don't
You probably could. That'd be the scary part about it.
know. Not been to law school, but I might be able to pass a bar. I don't know.
I wouldn't doubt it. To read up one night of reading, burn the midnight oil one night, and you could pass the bar.
Yeah, I mean, crazier things have happened, right?
Yeah.
And look at that COVID pullback right there, and then this little guy over here. And we could get another little one in here. I don't know. I don't know. Crazy
Yeah.
stuff. Crazy stuff.
Crazy, crazy stuff.
But I'm
Crazy
looking.
times, but these are great times for traders. This volatility, I love it. I think 2026 is also going to be a record year for selling premium. Every stat I read, CBOE says their volume is going to go up again in 2026. It's been going up every year since 2021. Going to be just this going to be an amazing year. Now you got all these hot IPOs coming out, Anthropic, possibly SpaceX, Databricks, OpenAI. I mean, just can you imagine the options on some of these, especially some of them like SpaceX, where you really can't get a handle on what the future is and how much earnings they could make. Yeah, that's
I
exciting
mean,
stuff. That's
and
option, man.
that could
My
replace
eyes are wide.
Tesla. That could replace Tesla as
I'm
the
telling
hottest.
you, one of them could easily, but SpaceX, it's just like you can't even fathom how much money they could make or what they could do or who they could work with and collaborate with. I mean, so the PE on that thing is going to be the sky is high is really what it's going to be, space high. And I love it because more options, more opportunities, more volatility, more opportunities. 2026 is going to be a record year. So everybody mark it down for your New Year's resolution. Not too late to just write a list and say, I'm going to learn how to sell options.
And Jack and I sit here and do this all the time, and that's how I do this right here.
Income. We're not trading like a lot of traders. Where I grew up in the business, it was always about what stock is going to go up the most. That's how Wall Street did it. Put a buy, hold, sell on a stock, and every stock broker was looking to make his customer the most money by finding stocks that were going to go up the most. Very aggressive, directional trading. That's the hardest thing in the world to do, 10 times harder than what we're doing here.
And like the
And this is more
TSLL,
profitable.
TSLL hadn't like if I was picking direction, I would have lost my butt.
Oh, me too. I would have thrown in the towel several times or been stopped out or whatever, Yeah. But instead of trying to pick direction and ride it, we're cash flowing this thing 17 ways from Sunday.
I just keep selling those same options every week. And I've got $8 worth of profit pretty much built up in this thing. And
I
it
think
hadn't gone anywhere.
it's a case study, but we got to do your case study of never having to touch a share and making all that money versus my case study of constantly, or not constantly, but getting assigned quite a bit, doing the same thing.
Yeah, you've been more aggressive on it, and I've just kind of been real like blasé, just kind of rolling forward anytime there's good credit
Oh man, no, when you
and
showed me this thing, I took a bite. I
yeah. It's just been a cash cow right here. This
It's
sucker.
sick. It's sick. And that's why I say it's a double-edged sword. When this thing goes to 40 or whatever, it'll be goodbye and good riddance. We won't have the last few months like we've had. That's probably been the last few months, greatest months of trading in anything I've had. It's been the biggest earner. If you look at each stock as an earner, this is the biggest earner by far in the last few months. And
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, it'll rip, and when it does, the gig will be up, and we'll have to move on.
Well, Jack, that's the whole thing. People should make sure they come back and hang out with us because we're gonna find something to replace it. Like
We will.
between the two of us, we will find something
We will.
that will be, maybe not just as good, but just as good. Like we'll
Yeah,
find something that makes us money.
yeah. Now this is when you're looking at that beta 334, that's not real, right? That just its options are priced at that beta, but this isn't doesn't look like a volatile stock to me, right? But look at how that beta has priced in these options, which is why we're able to make so much money either way. Get assigned and then it pops up. It's volatile. It popped up $1 on me overnight. I got put at 1850, sold them at 1950. And I kept 500 shares of that, 1,500, so I could sell calls against it. And it's just been great whether you get assigned or don't get assigned. If you don't want to get assigned on a put, Jeffrey's way is great. If you like getting it and playing with it, then I play it closer.
Yeah, and Jack's play that he came in that we started the show with was selling tomorrow's 1750 put right there in case anybody came
Ridiculous.
in late.
Yeah, ridiculous. Tomorrow, I'll take it either way. I'll take the $24 per contract, or I'll take the stock and the money.
Now, TSLL has something unique about it. It is leveraged, 2x leveraged on Tesla right here. Tesla already has the most options traded per day, even when it's not the most traded stock per day.
Weird.
And then you bring it over to this stock, this TSLL. This is not universal for all leveraged things. There are several different Tesla 2X leveraged things. This is the only one that trades more volume per day than the actual underlying.
Another weird thing.
Like this is unusual right here.
And
It
it
trades
trades more than
more.
any other leveraged ETF and even more than the underlying, like 1.5 times more sometimes. It's just, and there's nothing like it. There's no other leveraged ETF. There's no other ETF. There's no regular stock. I've looked at it up and down. I can't find anything that gives us the opportunity this does. And for smaller traders, that's the thing is, everybody gets on my case because they can't do it with AVGO or Google because the price is too high, and
Yeah,
they want to copy my method, but they want a more affordable stock, and this is it. I got the 335 put. I'm short, and the 340. Yeah, I
yeah,
hope I get it, man.
you do one put here, it's going to take you a chunk of money. I mean, that's $33,000.
That's what I'm
You know,
saying. So when I want to share this principle and concept with people in a way they can apply it, right? Because maybe they can't apply it the way I do it, but they can apply it on a lower price stock. Like T Sizzle is perfect.
yeah, if you're just getting started and you have a relatively small account, this is not the place to be trying to do the wheel right here. Not at this kind of price.
Mm-mm.
I can't. I don't touch this. With my $100,000 account, I don't play in here. It's too much exposure for me, even with $100,000 account for one stock. I want to spread my risk out across 7, 8, 9 stocks. That's why I'm all over TSLL
Me too.
because this takes $1,700 to do one contract,
Yeah.
and that's why I was on HPQ. Takes me $2,000 to do one contract,
And Soundhound.
and Soundhound it
You're
takes
sharing
like
that with people.
yeah, I was doing. I've got some Soundhound. Been doing it at 11. You could sell the 11 for this week. In fact, I need to roll one for tomorrow that I've got. I got an alert for that this morning.
What's the
So I've
beta
been
on this dog?
beta sitting at 3 or
That's
just under 3.
nice. That's nice. That
And I've
means that means you get more premium, higher priced options you get when you sell them. You get more
I've been
bang for your
rolling
buck.
this 11 since Thanksgiving. Just keep
Yeah.
rolling 11.
Wow. What a cash cow.
Now, could it go down? Sure. Is it probably going to pop again once we get through whatever funk we're in right now? We had this big sell some of the AI stuff come out of October. This is one of the ones that got beat down, but it has upside potential. It hasn't made a lower low, high beta, and I just keep selling that 11 over and over and over. So rolling, you buy back whatever you got sold short and sell a new one all in one order.
So if you sold it for 40 cents a week ago, you buy it back today for a penny or two, and then you sell it out another week.
And it looks, let's see if it, I have to
And the
go to
reason
that
you
actual
roll it,
position.
the reason you roll it is because you're going to get a higher efficiency on your capital.
This is why I like this platform. You just right click on one, come down here, roll expiration, pick the thing. There it is. Check it out. 1 week out, set it up, and boom, I just rolled. That was it. That's how you do it. I actually got more than I tried, 22
Very
cents.
sweet.
That's how you roll.
I might have to open an account there. That's
That
probably
was
the only place I
yeah,
don't have it.
too fast. Yeah, that's how easy it is. It's like you just right click.
Close the
Uh,
one you have open and then open a new one.
it's literally a
And you're
button for
rolling.
roll right there. All you're doing is buying the one you have open, selling the new one out a week, getting a credit. Ideally, you get a credit. Not always a credit, but I always try to roll for a credit.
Keep them doggies rolling.
That one didn't fill instantly. place the order, work it a little bit. Probably should have just left it as not filled. So I just rolled those forward a week. Got more credit. I needed to do that today anyway. So
Nice.
there you go.
Go
That's
ahead.
more money. Yeah. More money, baby.
Right there, you just saw it happen. Yeah, you just saw him bring in some more cash rolling.
Yeah,
Nice.
so
Nicely done.
that was it. So you just click on it, click roll. All the best trading platforms have a roll button. Ones that you actually have to go in there and click sell and click buy and build a complex order. Uh, it's tougher. You know, those aren't, to me, those aren't traders platforms. That's why I trade the most small contracts at Tasty Trade, because it's a trader's platform.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. If you don't roll for credit for the week, I usually just take assignment. That's kind of the way the wheel rolls, so to speak.
Yeah, I like taking assignment too. I hope I get these 1850s and 1750s on the T-sizzle because it's just been a gift every time I get them.
All right, everybody.